Well, no charges yet in the case of a son killing his father in the midst of an alleged domestic violence incident over the weekend. Hillsborough Sheriff's detectives are trying to sort through this case as the family tries to cope as well. Bill Logan has been looking into the ripple effects felt throughout the community, and he joins us live from the Sheriff's headquarters in Tampa. Hi, Bill.
And good afternoon to you, Linda. This is one of those stories, really, that is so sensitive, so raw, really, that the people are so unwilling to talk about it right now. Family members, friends of this family that's been involved are really reluctant to go on camera and say anything about this, especially now while it's under investigation. Still, a lot more questions than answers tonight.
Just like over the weekend, we were not welcomed down the end of Burnt Barn Road on this Monday, the scene of what can only be described as a domestic dispute gone terribly wrong, where 36-year-old Christopher Thorpe was fighting with his 35-year-old wife Jill in front of their 17-year-old son Channing.
Channing armed himself with a handgun and fired several shots, striking his father and his mother in the leg. The father was deceased at the scene.
You hate to wake up and hear about things like that, much less in your own neighborhood.
Neighbors tried in vain to make some sense of this. So too did Mindy Murphy, whose work at the Spring of Tampa puts her in the midst of many such situations.
Every time a death occurs in our community due to domestic violence, it just hits you in the gut.
Especially when you consider that a full 14 domestic violence shelters like the Spring are poised to assist those being battered.
Every single one of these shelters is committed to providing services to try and help intervene and change those violent homes into peaceful ones. But some people don't avail themselves of the services, and some people just, for whatever reason, despite our best efforts, don't know that there's support for them.
It should be noted that there were no calls for service to this address for anything remotely resembling a domestic situation dating back as far as the sheriff's officers have been able to look. And while psychological experts tell me that patricide can often stem from long-standing abuse scenarios, they were not willing to address this case specifically. Neither was Mindy, although she did admit her heart is heavy.
We want to stop violence before it gets that bad.
Of course, this is the worst-case scenario when you're talking about one of these domestic violence situations. No charges have been filed. The state's attorney's office say they will not file any charges until the sheriff's office completes its investigation. They're still trying to track down people and get them to answer some questions about what happened late on Saturday night. Reporting live in Ybor City at the sheriff's office, Bill Logan, ABC Action News.